beautiful RSS feeds. I love my beautiful RSS feeds. Hi, I'm Aaron Jones and welcome to another vlog coming to you from Nihama in Japan. And today I wanted to talk about RSS feeds. Yes, I still use RSS. And I used to use Google Reader, and if some of you know, a few years ago, Google killed it, and that put me into a shock. Anyways, there is a great solution, and there are two things that I use to read my RSS feeds because I have a lot of websites that I like to read. I like to read up their articles. Now, of course, I like to read articles and stuff that I find in my social feeds and Facebook and Twitter and all that. But I also like specific web pages that I like to check up that update every day or a couple times a week, and I don't want to miss their articles, and so I use RSS to do that so that I can read it and I can read them anywhere I am, if I'm online or offline. And so I'm going to tell you how to do that. I'm going to talk about two programs. Now, of course, I started using one program is when I used one program even when Google Reader was still alive, and I'll talk about that one second. But what happened was Google killed the Google Reader, and then to take over, and I had a lot of great feeds in there, but there was a great program, a great website RSS feeder called Feedly. And this one would be able to take all your feeds from your Google Reader feed using your Google account and put it into its account. And so that's what I did. And they also have a premium account paid, but I use the free one. And I mostly use Feedly on my computer using the web version. And I'm loading up here on my iPad their application. I haven't all read because I've already read all my RSS feeds. Anyways, this is what I use to connect. So you go to feedly.com. I'll put the link down in the description below. And then you can store all your RSS feeds in here. And this is great. And this is what I do. And like I said, I don't usually use this one to read on my iPhone or my iPad. I use a different program, which is called Reader. Now, Reader I have used when it was back when Google Reader was still live. I had Reader connect to my Google account, and then it refreshed the feeds. And if I read an article on Reader, it was also marked on Google Reader. Now, Reader also works with Feedly this way. It's now, instead of connecting to Google Reader because it no longer exists, you can connect it to Feedly. And so when you read an article on here, it's marked as read on everything. And so it's very convenient. Now, Feedly is the design is much better, it's more beautiful, but I like this one because I just want to read through the websites. I don't want to see the pictures right away or a lovely layout right away. There are times when I do want to do that, but especially when I'm just scanning articles, because I do have a lot of pages that I do come into my RSS feed, and when I'm on the go, I will here's this one I can show because it will actually show all the articles even if they're already read. It keeps them all available, and you can slide it like that, and then you read, you can move up. This is the Japanese ones. And so a lot of times I scan headlines only. I don't read all the articles because sometimes I don't want to read it. So this is what I do. I scan through and then I'll save it. And if an article I want to keep, I will save it to Pocket, which is I talked about before. But this is what I use to read my RSS feeds. Now, what I do every morning is I get up, I make my coffee, and I sit at my computer, my MacBook Pro, and I use Feedly to read my articles through the website interface. And then later when I'm out and about on my iPhone or my iPad, I connect to the net and I scan through the articles here, and I want to read that article later. I save it to Pocket, it's done. So those are two applications if you're into RSS feeds. If you've never used RSS feeds, it's a great way. Go into Feedly, make an account, and then add pages to it. And then if you want to read like I do quickly, I use Reader. Go download Reader. I don't think it's that expensive. And Reader is also available for iOS, for iPhone, iPad, and also for the Mac. But I believe there's not a universal app. If you buy the iPhone one, you have to buy the iPad one. It's not a universal, and then the Mac one is also a separate price. But I have it for all of them, and I use it constantly. So go check those out if you like RSS feeds. And RSS feeds I still think is great. I use it to find and read great articles. And I star them and save them and put them into Pocket so I can keep them forever. And so that's all I wanted to talk about today. If your RSS feeds, check those out. And don't forget to comment. Leave me some comments here. What RSS reader do you use? Do you use Feedly? Do you use another type of program for taking care of your RSS feeds? If you feel, if you use Google Reader and felt it was betrayed after that was closed out like I did, so I use Feedly. You use what? Let me know down below. I might want to check that out if there's something different. And what other programs do you use to read your RSS feeds, like Reader? There's tons of other ones. Which ones do you like? Let me know in the description below, in the comments below, not the description below, because the description is where I write stuff. So go check that out. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. Sorry for the rambling and the blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm getting ready for my trip for Canada next week. And so I'll have maybe one more vlog before I'm off to Canada. Anyways, that's all for today. And until next time, see you then. Goodbye.